because that's again a conflict. And then again that equates him with Srinivasan. But the fact is that I started by saying that Srinivasan has no business to be heading an organization which is going to be deciding on critical issues and thereby influencing, changing Indian ethos and maybe the laws, maybe the definitions. So how can you say I'm pulling my punches?
No, the point is I see you making an equivalence, that's all.
Arnab, one comment.
I see you drawing that comparison every time. And I'd say, I see you drawing that comparison every time.
Arrogance, man.
Between Lalit Modi on the one side, Lalit Modi, it began with you saying, and even Kishore Bhimani made that point, that both are arrogant people, both have misused the system, both are representatives of a corrupt system. In other words, all of you are saying that, but what I'm saying here, Kishore Bhimani, is this, that here you have the son-in-law of somebody who's accused with cheating, forgery, criminal conspiracy, passing information which compromised the team, Indian Penal Code, cheating at the Games, Information Technology Act and Gambling Act. And you have the father-in-law saying, listen,
and one more thing,
I can't do anything about my son-in-law. I'm sorry, let's move on. I have got the votes from the South Zone and I will stare you back and be there back as BCCI chief. That's what Srinivasan saying, Kishore Bhimani.
Arnab, let me add one thing to it.
Can I interject?
Apart from all these accusations, to me, just if I can just finish in 1 minute, to what bothers me most of all, apart from this supreme arrogance, apart from this attitude of c'est moi, l'état c'est moi, the whole thing is today about he made a promise. Today there is nothing worse than giving your word that I will stand aside while the investigation is going on, and Srinivasan did not stand aside. This is much worse than any kind of misconduct.
Till the BCCI probe is complete.
Yeah, back on air.
That was the joke of a probe. That was not even a probe. That was his own family looking after him, his own Tamil Nadu family. Come on, let's talk frankly. This was an inside job. It was worse than a made-up match. That what he cheated all of us. Today what remains, when the police said, now we are investigating the case, please be a gentleman and say, now I'm going to stand aside.
No, you see, the problem now is, let me deal with Mr. Lalit Modi. You see, Lalit Modi is today all fire and brimstone, and I must say, Lalit Modi, I find you slightly subdued tonight compared to your usual self. Perhaps it's
I'm not subdued at all, because I'm having first time a great debate on, we're having a great debate on times now, which has never been the case of you and me fighting with each other. I think we have very great panelists and everybody's putting the point for you and getting it across. If you want it like a fist fight like you usually are, I mean, let's keep it simple. Everybody, I promise you on Twitter, everybody love you, that we have got a clean debate on tonight.
Well, I'll keep that offer of a fist fight away because I'm not Mike Tyson. The only point I'd like to make to you very simply is this, that the problem with you, Mr. Lalit Modi, is that you refuse to concede, and I think the time has come for you to concede on national television today, that you are the same beneficiary of the same rotten system that you now criticize.
I'm not a beneficiary at all, excuse me. I'm not a beneficiary of any of the rotten ill gains as far as I'm concerned. I created one of the biggest brands and I created one of the biggest leagues, and I'm not ashamed of it. I contributed 47,600 crores to BCCI coffers. I'm not ashamed of it.
Says I'm a great administrator.
What I'm ashamed today of is the people sitting out there looting it, looting the BCCI. Yes, I made mistakes along the way, but I'm not ashamed of them. What I'm ashamed, yes, some people said I was arrogant. Yes, I'm ashamed of that fact. I admit it, I was arrogant, without doubt. And there is no harm in admitting that you were about that, no issue. But the problem today lies with the fact
Lalit Modi,
that Indian cricket, global cricket is going down and down. And that's where the problem lies, and we got to address the issue, or it's going to creep up all the way to the Indian team, and we as a nation who love cricket,
your perception.
There's a problem.
Now 1 second, Lalit Modi, that is your perception. You were the beneficiary, you were protected, allow me to complete, Lalit Modi, you were protected by the same rules, and every time anyone asked you, Mr. Lalit Modi, what is the basis of your arrogance? You threw rule books, contracts, way systems were run, IPL governing council meetings, you had your minutes of the way IPL was run, and you said, don't teach me how to run the IPL.
You and I have been, and I've been in the same room many times. You and I have been in the... One second, let me answer. You and I have been in the same room all the time. I did a press conference on a daily basis, if not twice in a day. I disseminated information. I was there all the time. I didn't throw contracts and things like that. I actually answered every question to the media, to the free flow information. In the case of BCCI today, they hide behind that. They never come in front of the media. They hide behind something. I never hid behind anything. I was fully 24/7 accessible to the media, and I projected my views without doubt, and I created a brand without doubt. So I'm not ashamed of that.
Point.
Let's not get back to Lalit Modi again. The issue right now is Indian cricket.
We are on a simple point.
What he's going to do to
Modi.
Indian cricket, and that's where the issue lies. I am over and gone with. I am already banned. I'm already suspended. So why worry about me?
Mr. Modi, first of all, let me make it absolutely
Lalit,
clear.
I want to ask you a question, Lalit.
That I have never, I'm not here to put out a case that Mr. Srinivasan should come back. You know, I have expressed my views very clearly about whether with these charges in the Mumbai police charge sheet, I think the biggest question of propriety hangs right there on the head of Mr. Srinivasan. And Mr. Srinivasan should not only pretend to know the rule books, he should know the rule books in the book of propriety, Shishir Ratnagiri, shouldn't he? Because Srinivasan says, Shishir, that I have got the support of all 6 zone affiliates. Right? So what is Mr. Srinivasan telling the people of India?
They should
that all of you don't matter, the whole country does not matter. I have the votes of the 6 South Zone affiliates, and I don't care how you feel about my son-in-law doing all that he did.
No,
but I will come back and I will walk all over you. That's what Srinivasan is saying today.
Correct.
But what happened to the whole cricketing establishment, Shishir?
To the rest of the country, he just got a canvas with the people concerned. It is really bad because the colleagues on the board
that's not ethical, Lalit Modi.
They basically sold out. They all sold out. I may not be ethical or not ethical, but Indian cricket is at stake. I'm sorry. Indian cricket is at stake. And if Indian cricket is at stake, I'm happy to take on the ex-colleagues of mine. And if they've been bought out, and I will be very clear and very candid about it. We know elections in BCCI have big money to play. And I've been part of it
what do you mean by sold out?
And there is big money to play. And I'll be very candid about it.
Arnab.
Sold out very clear.
Can I just make a point here?
Saad Bing Jan. No. Saad Bing Jan put a counter question.
What is...
I'm sorry.
I know, Lalit, I need you...
What's changed? Lalit?
I need you to tell me, what do you mean by sold out? Even I have a point on that, but please explain this sold out.
No, I want to...
Sold out by favor.
You say that they won't sold out.
I'll tell you what sold out means. I'll tell you what sold out means. It's favoritism. It's a quid pro quo. A sold out is a sold out. It's a quid pro quo. It's a favor. It's something that he's going to do in return. That's what a sold out means. It's not about cricket. It's not about cricket, and we can see it. It's not about the integrity of cricket. We can see it. Otherwise, why would they support a man who's a monster and created this and is bad for cricket? Why would they support him?
Oh, hang on.
For 1 minute, that's called favoritism.
All right, I've got you. I need to ask you this one question.
So when you introduced all those clauses which were intended to restrict the number of bidders in the IPL to just 2 bidders, were you also sold out? When you inserted 2 conditions in the IPL team tenders to favor 2 bidders, were you also sold out?
When I launched the IPL...
When you incorporated unreasonable conditions in the final IPT without the approval of the GCC, were you also sold out?
There were only 11 bidders. If you look at your archives and you study the history, there were only 11 bidders. There were actually not millions of bidders. When I launched the IPL, everybody thought it was going to flop. When I wrote the rule book, I didn't conceive everything. I conceived a lot of things. I couldn't. I only could, project.
One second.
I'm sorry.
Lalit Modi, the others want to respond to you. I'm letting Shishir Radangani come in. Shishir Radangani is not completely convinced. Okay, Saad Bing Jan first, and after that Shishir. Saad. Yeah.
1 second.
Shishir was
Lalit, just one quick question, Lalit. You wrote the IPL code of conduct, and I'm going to read. And I'm going to read from the first line. Cricket is a game that owes much of its unique appeal to the fact that it is to be played not only within the law, but also within the spirit of the game. Are only the players supposed to be playing within the spirit of the game? What happened to you? What happened to Srinivasan? Why don't you guys play within the spirit of the game? Why have you set up such a precedent where the spirit of the game does not exist for you officials?
You're right. You're right.
All of us want to know this.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. All I'm saying is everybody should play, and administrators have a bigger role to play. If we as administrators compromise, of course there's a problem. And it's going to go to the grassroots of the problem, because if administrators...
Shishir to Lalit Modi, I have 2 minutes on this debate.
Shishir. Organization, without doubt.
Shishir. Lalit, Shishir is saying something to you.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, I just want to say, Lalit's making the point about people being bought out and things like that. My only question, Arnab, through you is, how have things changed? When he was in power, it was the same, wasn't it? And two, he talks about making rules. He talks about Srinivasan flouting rules. What happened? There was a player called Ravindra Jadeja who was banned for a year by Lalit Modi because he was negotiating with a franchise. And I'm given to understand that the franchise and the player both need to be brought to book for that. But only the player got the ban, didn't he? Now, these are questions he needs to answer. I mean, he's talking about today that everybody's been brought over and they've been bought over. But they were also bought over then, weren't they?
I want to answer that question. I would like to answer that question very clearly. And you were part of the team that was trying to buy that player and was negotiating with that player, the Mumbai Indians. Very clearly, you were part of that team, and I banned the player. And I wanted to ban the player for a longer period of time. But ultimately, I was not the chairman of the committee that took the disciplinary action. It went to the BCCI disciplinary committee, and they only gave him a year ban. And guess what? It was done because to protect him to play back for Chennai Super Kings for Srinivasan. That only happened after the fact.
Lalit Modi, you said in February 2012, you said you allowed yourself to be arm twisted in swinging Andrew Flintoff's auction to Chennai Super Kings in 2009, and that's why it's being asked you, how can you take a high moral ground when you yourself adversely affected the credibility of Indian cricket by admitting to influencing such a decision? I have asked you this before. The shoe's beginning to bite.
I'm answering that again and again and again. I am ready to bite, but if you let me finish. I had a bigger agenda. I had to take the board along, and I was ready, and I was wrong to have allowed that thing to happen in case of Flintoff issue. But I had a bigger agenda to make the going forward. I had many issues going forward, and if I was going to take, and I did take on the board people in the board, and that's the reason I'm sitting out here. I took them on all the time.
Last word to Kishore Bhimani has something to say to you.
And you look at
word of wisdom from Kolkata. Lalit Modi is saying something to you a few hours before you could be banned. You could be banned for life. Listen to him. What's your advice to Lalit Modi?
I have a larger issue.
May I speak or not? I have one small point to make. We have talked about selling out, buying out. Let's explain the term. What Saad was saying, what Shishir was saying, there's a lot of substance in this. What is really happening is that the Cozy Club is functioning in a big way. The fact that these 6 gentlemen support Srinivasan, what is the reason? It's nothing to do with buying out and selling out literally. It is to do with the fact that they will be in that situation one day when the Cozy Club will close ranks and say, let cricket go to hell, we will support you. This happens time and again. It has happened in the time of Dalmia. It has happened in the time of other presidents, where the point is, you boys look out. Because if you don't support me, you see what happens to you. See what's happened to Bindra. Man who speaks out, and look where he is. This is what happens.
Kishore, you're absolutely right, and that's exactly the case. That's what I mean, buying and selling out. That's exactly the term I mean, and that's what it means.
Lalit Modi, we can talk about this in detail tomorrow. But last question to you is, life's come full circle for you, Lalit Modi. Okay, we just lost the line with him. I was just about to ask him this, and I'll ask him this tomorrow perhaps. Life comes full circle. Lalit Modi on the verge of a life ban, and Srinivasan is on the verge of a comeback. What a superb irony. Yes, Saad, last word to you.
No, but on the verge of a comeback, hang on the verge of a comeback on what count? On the verge of a comeback with what? Can I ask that question? Arnab, do I have? Arnab?
Saad, I'll just give you a byline of the BCCI. It says the old order, change it, yielding place to old. So don't run out a possibility or rule out a possibility of Mr. Lalit Modi coming and hugging Srinivasan 4 years later or 5 years later and sitting there in the corridor of power, okay?
And I ask, if that happens, will cricket get any better? Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Thank you very much. And that's it on the News Hour tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Good night and goodbye.